and welcome back to my channel. So today it's the beginning of September 2015, so exactly 10 years ago I started secondary school. I think it was a Thursday, I'm sure it was like the 1st of September 2005, something like that. Yeah, which has flown by, like, yeah, I was 11, obviously 10 years ago, but it's just like those 10 years have gone so quick. So like I've had like 5 years of school, 2 years of college and 3 years of uni have gone by in that time, and it just seems mad how it's just gone by so quickly. But anyway, in like recognition of it being 10 years since I started secondary school, I thought I'd do like a little secondary school memory video kind of thing. So I went to De La Salle Secondary School in St Helens. It's a Catholic school for girls and boys aged 11 to 16, so it's just years 7 to 11, there's no sixth form or anything like that. Yeah, it's quite a large school. It's got the 5 years, and then there are 240 pupils in each year, so the school's 1,200 strong, and I think that when I was there's about 70 teachers, I think, something like that. But since I've left, so I left there 5 years ago, they have since redone up the school, new buildings, like it's all had a big massive change. But yeah, so I really like school. Loads of people moan about how they hate school and everything, but I really loved it. I was a teacher's pet, I'm not gonna lie, I really was. Yeah, but I loved it. I loved most of my subjects. Really didn't like art because I cannot draw for poo. Me and my friend made up this thing. It was in year 8, and the teacher we had for art was actually our form teacher, but we'd only had her as a form teacher in year 8. And we really couldn't draw anything, so we started faffing about with felt, and I think I was doing a ladybird made out of felt, and my friend Becca, she started making me really laugh, and she was like, oh yeah, this is an amazing thing, you know, art, webs, no offense to anyone who does art, whatever, but she was like, yeah, this is really going to pay for my future, isn't it? Then she's like, oh, maybe I'll start my own TV programme called Fun with Felt. We just started laughing about this Fun with Felt idea and how we're going to have this TV programme, Fun with Felt, and we just started laughing about it, and then our teacher, Miss Pendlebury, her name was, she was asking us what was so funny, and she was like, it must be hilarious if I'm laughing because I was always so serious, and apparently I didn't laugh. Well, she never seen me laugh anyway. I obviously laughed when I was with my friends and stuff, but I never like stepped a foot out of line, basically. So yeah, so I was a teacher's pet. I stuck to all the rules. Like, there was girls who would wear loads of makeup on their face, and we were not allowed to wear makeup. Like, all the teachers had face wipes and nail varnish removing everything in their cupboards. So if you got caught with it, you'd get told off and get to take it off. And then we used to have these merit cards we'd carry around in our blazer pockets, and like that would go on your merit card. And if you got 3 comments on there, then you got a detention. And for all 5 years that I was there, I never had a single thing on my merit card. It was completely clean, as it should be. Like, people would get told off for like chewing gum, or like having their top button undone, or their tie wasn't the correct length. But no, I stuck to the rules completely. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Not that school law, but school rules, school law. I was a law-abiding citizen, as I still am. So yeah, it was a Catholic school. Well, it still is a Catholic school. It's a Catholic school. So as I said, it's a Catholic school. So most Catholic schools have nuns that teach there, but we didn't. We had like normal teaching staff or whatever. And then we had 3 brothers. We had brother Anthony, who he used to like help with the disabled children and stuff like that. And then he had the performing arts block named after him. And there was brother I can't remember what his name was, but he used to. Oh no, there's another brother. And the third one was brother Alban. He was like, he must have been about 80 when I was there, but he used to teach the trampolining lessons at lunchtime, and he'd be there in like his brother gowns and his his black gowns or whatever, and he'd just be there helping us do like backflips and stuff like that. I remember him teaching me how to do a backdrop. But yeah, he was like 18, he was a brother and he was trampolining. It was so cool. But they were all lovely, the brothers, because like I hear about people who've gone to like really strict Catholic schools and it's been nuns who've been really strict with people. But yeah, we didn't have any nuns, we just had some brothers, but they didn't actually teach us, they just taught us trampolining or helped with like the disabled children and stuff like that. So yeah, so Catholic school, I went on a few different like religious trips. So I went to Savio in Bollington, which is in Cheshire. But Savio is, well, it's named after Dominic Savio, who was like the patron saint of teachers or classrooms or something. But it's run by the Salesian community. So my school's De La Salle, which is named after St. John Baptiste de la Salle, and de la Salle means of the room, so like of the classroom. So it's for the Lasallian community, which is basically anybody within like a follower of St. John Baptiste de la Salle, or if you like in the de la Salle schools kind of thing. So we're all like the part of the Lasallian community. So yeah, so it's a house for like young people to go and like you just do some like activities and you'd reflect on things and you just learn basically. So I went there twice with school. I went once in year 8 and then once in year 9, and then in year 11 I went on pilgrimage to Walsingham, because in our school we were split into 4 houses. So we had Lindisfarne, Bardsey, Iona and Walsingham, and I was in Walsingham House, so that meant I had to wear like a blue stripe on my tie. But then there was about 20 of us, we all went on pilgrimage to Walsingham, and it was so lovely. It was the first time I've ever been on a pilgrimage. We went to like the Slipper Chapel, and we went to the Shrine of Our Lady. So that was really interesting. It was a really good trip. So if you ever get the chance, go to Walsingham, because it is really nice. So I was the last year to do year 9 SATs, because after we did them and then got scrapped, because apparently they were a bit pointless maybe. I don't really know what the reason was for them scrapping them. I really like my face in this today. Yeah, I don't really know what the reason was for them scrapping the SATs. I don't even know what SATs stand for. Standard Assessment Tests. That's what they stand for. So yeah, so we're the last year to do that. So you just do that in English, Maths and Science. So in English and Science, the highest you can get is a level 7. So I got a level 7 obs. And then in Maths, the highest you could get was a level 8, and I got a level 8. I sound like I probably blow my own trumpet here, but in school, as I said, I was a teacher's pet. I was really, really clever, and I'm not trying to sound big-headed, because it all went downhill from there, didn't it? So yeah, whatevs. And then GCSEs, I got 12 GCSEs, 4 A stars, 4 A's, 2 B's and 2 C's, which I was devoed about the time. Like in year 10 we did 1 GCSE, we did like 3 exams in year 10 that counted towards our year 11 GCSEs. We did 2 in science and 1 in RE. And the first science exam I got an A star in, and then the second one I got a B. And I sat there and cried in the classroom, because I was so devoted because I'd gotten this B, which really meant a lot to me at the time, because it was just a shock going from an A star to a B, thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to get another A star. No, I didn't. So I started crying in the classroom. Yeah. Oh well. Actually, talk about science. In year 8, me and Anna, I don't think I've ever met Anna on these YouTube videos before. She's all over the place, bless her. She's been in France, she's been in Mexico. I never get to see her really. But yeah, she's one of my really best friends. She's a gem. Shout out to Anna. But yeah, so in science, we never sat next to each other. She sat on the other side of the classroom. But then because we had to sit in alphabetical order. But then when we did like experiments and stuff, we got to partner up with whoever we wanted to. So me and Anna would always come together, and she'd always come over to my side of the classroom. And there was one time we were burning magnesium, and then so it had like the Bunsen burner, then the tripod, and there was a little dish with magnesium on the top, and then when it burns really bright, and then somehow, I don't know what happened, we knocked it over and it burnt a hole in the desk. It burnt like a circle, and then on the floor it burnt like a triangle, because on top of the Bunsen burner there's like a triangle thing, which then had the little dish of magnesium set on it. So we named them Rebecca's Triangle and Anna's Circle, and they were there throughout our entire time at school. I wonder if they're still there now. To be honest, the science block's probably been knocked down or something. But yeah. So my favourite subjects were maths and ICT. Loved ICT. We did an OCR national award in ICT, but me and my friend Andrew, we'd got through it so quickly because we just powered through and basically ignored the rest of the class and just kept carrying on and were working ahead and stuff. So then our teacher asked us if we'd like to do the proper GCSE in it as well, so we were like, yeah. So I ended up coming away with 3 GCSEs, well, the equivalent in ICT. So I got like 1 proper GCSE, then I got 2 OCR nationals in it. But yeah, I also loved food tech, and I got 100% of my food tech coursework, which was then displayed on the wall. And then when my brother went and then did food tech, he then just copied my coursework and he got 100% as well. Don't know if the teacher realised or not. But yeah, you know, like when it comes to year 9 and you choose your options for year 10 and 11, we could only choose 3 because we're a Catholic school. You have to do RE, and if you're in the top sets for language, you have to carry on with your language. So I was doing Spanish, I was in top set, so I continued with that. Then we had to do RE, so we had 3 things to choose from. So I picked ICT, geography and food tech, and I was really happy with those choices. Though I would have liked to have done history as well. Actually, I didn't really like it at the time. But looking back now, I love like learning about kings and queens of England and stuff like that. Maybe not so much about like the different wars, but I love like English history and like the monarchy and stuff like that. But yeah. Another fun memory is we went to the Lake District for a geography field trip. We had to do our coursework about honeypot locations. So we went to the Lake District, we went to Easdale, and we walked up to the tarn at the top, and like we were all like paddling in the tarn because it was such a hot day. And then my friend Hannah, shout out to Hannah, I don't think you met her on here yet either actually. But yeah, my friend Hannah and my friend Rebecca, they ended up pushing each other in and fell like back into it. It's hilarious, like they were dripping with water, but it was fine because it was such a lovely day and we all needed to cool down anyway. So I was in the school council from year 8 up to when I left in year 11. Years 9 to 11, I'm due to be in the school council. Me and Anna went to London for a day one time for a young person's conference, and we were representing the whole of our council and the whole of like the actual borough that we lived in, and we went to talk about transport, which was pretty cool, good opportunity to get. So yeah, years 9 to 11, I was a pupil listener, so basically that's I think quite a few schools have them. It's like your bullying service kind of thing. So if you got bullied or you got problems then and you didn't want to speak to a teacher, you went to go speak to the pupil listeners. So I was a listener. And in year 11 I was a prefect. I loved being a prefect, but not only a prefect, I was head of house. So I was head of Walsingham House. There was like a girl and boy in charge of each house, and it was me and my friend Josh, and we were in charge of Walsingham's head of house. I almost became head girl, but I didn't. My friend, yeah, so I got head of house instead because teachers didn't want to vote for me apparently. Thought about that, but yeah, so I was head of house, and basically, to be honest, we didn't really do that much. We just had to make sure that like prefects are where they're supposed to be, like on duty and everything like that. But then on our last day when we had our leavers mass, the teacher head of house came over to me and gave me a massive bouquet of flowers, and I was crying my eyes out. Like, I look such a mess with that. To be honest, all of my pictures from school I look a mess in. I used to wear glasses up until about year 10 when I eventually got contact lenses, and I don't think I'd ever had straighteners. My hair was a mess. As I said, I never wore any makeup because we weren't allowed. But I'm going to show you some pictures at the end of this anyway. I had you can see for yourselves. But it's funny because when it was prom, so like we'd already left school in like the May, and we just went back for our exams, and our prom was at the end of June. And my Spanish teacher, who we'd had for 4 years, I walked past her and was like, hiya, hello Mrs. Barker, or whatever. And she was like, hi. She's like, oh, Rebecca. I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, I didn't recognise you, because like the hair was all done, I wore my nice bell dress, had my makeup done. In fact, I won all that because we had this star point system, and I got the most star points out of the whole year. My friend Anna came second, and then she won like hair and makeup and stuff. So yeah, so I won my hair, makeup, nails, a tan, and my dress. And then Anna won her hair, nails. I don't know if she won a tan or not. And then she won like a load of vouchers for Frankie and Betty's. So that was really cool. And our friend Andrew, there was like 8 winners, like 2 boys, 2 girls for like each stage, and then the boy who came first was my friend Andrew, and he won his suit and stuff like that as well. So yes, that was really cool. We went to get a limo to prom, but then the teacher just didn't book it, and it's like, well, that was part of our prize love. But then in our friends we ended up getting a limo back anyway, but we just had to get on a coach there. I love prom. It just went by so quick. It's such a good day though. School. Like half of my friends were called Rebecca because 1994 was the most popular name for Rebecca. In my friend group there was 4 of us. In my form there was 3. There was 8 forms in a year in school, and in my form there was 3, and I think in all the other forms there was at least 1. But yeah, in my friends there was 4 of us called Rebecca. She's quite funny. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw in that little fun fact for you. So yeah, so we had 8 forms in a year, and they're named, as I said, St John Baptist de la Salle is what our school is. So it was JOHN for John, B for Baptiste, and then DLS for de la Salle. So in year 7 I was in 7B, but then the housing system came into play from year 8, so then the forms got rejigged, and then I was in L. And then when my brother started, he then became in L as well, because they like to keep you in the same houses in your families, which is a really nice thing to do. Yeah. So I think that's it for this video, because I'm going to end up babbling on for too long, and I could babble on for a long time because there's 5 years of memories to cover, and I don't even think I've touched the surface with them. So maybe I'll do like another like school memories thing soon. Maybe I'll invite Anna and Hannah and Mary onto this channel, and we can all have a nice little debate about school. But here's some photos anyway. Started off from our very first day at school, me and Anna outside my house just before we walked down to the bus stop to get the bus. And I'll leave you with my prom photo as well. So all the photos from the first day to prom are all going to be coming along in like 3 seconds when I shut up. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Toodles!